So
And we support y'all in wearing less and going out more because we will also be wearing less and going out more.
correct. Thank you guys
Hey
for.
everybody, welcome to Out the Trunk with Jordan and Darius. This is our movie review segment. My name is Jordan. You can find me on all socials at Jordy B Writing.
And I'm Darius. That's D's all up in the area on all socials.
And today we're going to be reviewing the classic, one of the best movies came out in the 90s, one of the best movies of all time, The Sandlot. This movie came out in 1993. Dang, that was a long time ago. Starring Tom Guiri, Mike Vitar, Patrick Renna, Chauncey Lepardi, Marty York, Brandon Quintin Adams, Grant Gelt, Shane Obazinski, Victor DeMattia, Dennis Leary, Karen Allen, and the legendary James Earl Jones, RIP. Set in the summer of 1962, fifth grader Scotty Smalls moves to a new neighborhood and desperately wants to fit in. He's taken under the wing of Benny Rodriguez, the leader of a local neighborhood baseball team that plays daily at the neighborhood sandlot. When Smalls accidentally hits a priceless baseball autographed by Babe Ruth into the backyard of a legendary, terrifying neighborhood dog known as the Beast, the boys must hatch a series of increasingly wild plans to retrieve it.
And we're gonna go with Act One, The New Kid on the Block. Had a lot of hits. Scotty Smalls arrives in town completely lacking any baseball skills, but Benny invites him to fill their ninth spot anyway. Smalls struggles initially, but starts to find his rhythm with the crew, learning the ropes of the neighborhood dynamic. Nothing to do with the movie. Do you believe Babe Ruth is black?
I have this on here. That's crazy. I, I have this on here. Yo, I've seen enough Dominicans to know one when I see one. He looked real ethnic in the pictures, bro.
He
Especially
really
when the ones that
does.
had that had a twinge of color.
Yeah.
He looked, yeah. I think he was definitely ethnic for sure. Um, it would explain the trend of Latinos, the Latino presence in baseball. I think so, man. I think he was. I
Yeah,
think he was.
the features are there. Um, it just passing meant something different than it does now.
Correct.
And I just obviously we'll never know for sure.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of internet folklore in it, but if I had to bet $1,000, yay or nay, I'm betting yay. So yeah. What you got
Yeah.
for Act One?
I agree. Um, yeah. So, couple things. Well, first, my first observation is moving your kid who's graduating the fifth grade 2 weeks before summer break, before he goes to middle school, is one of the more. It's like social suicide, bro. Like, imagine that you have all your friends. You think you're going to middle school with these guys. You move to a new neighborhood. School gets out. What the fuck are you supposed to do all summer?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, well, I mean, he got a job though, right? Like
Yeah, oh
the
yeah, that's
yeah.
true. Yeah, it was for a job. It was for a
What
job.
do you do? But sure, certainly, well, yes and no. I think at that age though, you, back then you just went outside and you hung out with the kids in your
Right.
neighborhood and you kind of had to know that that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Um, so this movie was set it's made in the 90s, set in the 60s. And anytime I watch a movie, it's set in the 90s, but it's kind of a similar point.
Yeah.
The first thing I notice is just how poor everyone used to be. Like these houses are tiny. Every car is
Hmm.
junk. Like nobody's ever
Yeah.
doing anything but just kind of hanging out. And
True.
it's just this is a wealthy suburb in this show, in this
But so yeah, but
movie.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, in that time period, that they were upper middle class.
Right. And so to me it's just it doesn't like anytime I watch an old movie, the first thing I notice is just like how much living standards are higher than they used to
Yeah.
be because these are wealthy people in the show.
Hmm.
And this would be I mean, you look at the Sandlot and you watch the backdrop, and these houses look like they
It
like
looks like
ruins.
it
You
looks
know,
like Boys in the Hood.
yeah, they look like they're collapsing. And so,
Yeah.
shout out to progress.
Yeah.
Did like the
Um,
multicultural group of people. I did think that it was interesting that it was accurate for the time in the sense that back then this was considered multicultural. Like there was an Italian guy,
right.
the Bambino, what's his name? Gambino, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The redhead kid.
The chubby kid. Yeah, the chubby
Yeah,
kid. Yeah,
Benny was obviously Puerto Rican. He
yeah,
was a black guy.
yeah, yeah,
There's a Dutch guy, and like this was
yeah.
like they weren't all just white in 1960. This was actually
Right,
distinct cultural and
right.
ethnic differences. And so that was true to the form of the time.
Yeah,
So what
especially
else
for
you?
California in the 60s. Now what I will say is it's funny though. Well, I'll say that for another part. But yeah, that it is. I do like that they have had a diverse friend group, especially considering that time period. Like if they were in Virginia, that story would not have had a happy ending. You know, I did think it was interesting though that the fact that like the kid's mom had probably been married to his stepdad Bill for at least a little while. Obviously, they knew him well enough to move states with him, whatever. Um, I thought it was interesting that they kind of showed like the I don't want to say subservience, but just like the gender roles of the time period. Because like you married a guy probably for security because your husband died, when you had a little infant basically that had such a I don't know what the word is. I'll say cold relationship with your son
Yeah,
that he didn't feel comfortable calling him dad or playing catch with him. You know what I mean? Um, like looking back watching it as an adult, I'm like, wow, that's kind of crazy that you would do that. But then it's like, well, she probably more so married for the security than,
yeah. Marriage
than
was a
love.
was not really a decision made in love back then. She needed financial security, and
Right,
this is the 60s. It wasn't easy for a mom with a young child to find a man who would even give her the time of day,
right,
and so she had
correct.
to take she had, what was
Whatever she
available to
got.
her. And so that was a
And
survival
she,
mechanism more than anything.
and I mean, white women weren't really working at that point, right? 60s.
I mean,
Um,
not really. No women were.
so, well, yeah, true. Well, black women were like, being mammies. I mean, not mammies, nannies and, shit like that
I
in
mean,
white
like a
homes.
wage
But,
earning
oh, well,
capacity. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
everyone's working. She's working, keeping the house going. I mean, like a
Right.
job with wages that you can pay for things. Like for by and large, men were still the vast majority of the workforce in
True,
1962. I
true.
think this is when this set
Yes.
it. So
Yeah. I also want to say like there's this thing with like actors and period pieces where they say like people have what's called iPhone face, where like that person has the face of someone who looks like they know what an iPhone is.
yeah,
And I feel like everyone in this movie actually does look like they could be in the 60s, which I think is kind of
yeah.
cool.
It helps. It was made in 1990. So
Yeah, true. So it wasn't that far
um,
away.
hold on. So this is 1993,
Yeah. I think the
right?
mom definitely looked like she could have passed for
Want to feel old?
50s or 60s.
Want to feel
Yeah.
old? So this movie was made in 93. It was
Hmm.
set in 62.
Yep.
If that same time period, if a movie came out today, it would be
It'd
set
be
in
said in like
93.
99.
We're old, man. Um, yeah, someone
They'd
said,
be like this retro 90s setting.
you know, that 70s show, if it came out today, would be like that 2016 show.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, dude.
2006 show. I
They'd
think
be
it
like,
was
remember
two
that
years.
classic album Views?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, so culture was stuck for a while. I think we're getting out of it. But yeah, yeah,
That's
that
true.
movie.
Yeah.
If I remember watching Sandlot thinking this movie is from like a prehistoric era, and
Hmm.
that would basically be a movie in the 90s now. So you got anything
Yeah,
else for Act
yeah.
One?
Yeah, so I love that this movie's about baseball. It's not like one of my favorite sports necessarily, but I feel like baseball has some like the best just uniforms period. Like the jerseys all look dope. I look they have buttons on it, looks really cool. The baseball hats, obviously they're a fashion statement in our community. Um so it got me to thinking like what are some of the best nicknames in sports? This movie's, Babe Ruth, big, Great Bambino is, a big backdrop in the movie. What are some of your favorite sports nicknames of all time?
That's a good question. Gotta love William Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good one.
Clyde the Glide Frazier is a good one.
Hmm.
That's tough. We don't really do nicknames anymore. I mean, the greatest is Magic, right?
Yeah,
I don't even know anyone who calls him Irvin anymore.
no one.
Uh, I think if you told me he actually legally changed his name, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head. How about you?
I go Air Jordan, is Tiger Woods considered a nickname? Because I think it's like legally his name now, but
I think it's the
at
same
one
thing
point it
as
was his nickname.
Magic.
So yeah, Tiger Woods. King James is hard slash the Frozen one, a chosen one rather. What else? What else? I'm trying to think who else has a great Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather's like early era. That's a dope
Money
nickname.
Mayweather was a better nickname though.
True, that's true. But I love like all those old gangster movies and shit. So, um, I love the callback to that. What's another good one? Hmm, trying to think. I mean, the great one. That's pretty amazing. It's simple, but it works. Um,
What was it? Mean Joe
hmm,
Frazier? That's a good one.
yeah, yeah. Mean Joe Green. Who else? Who else? That's gonna bug me.
Well, this is
Trying to
bad
think.
audio just naming
Yeah,
things
yeah,
you're
you're right. Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Fuck
So
it. Vinsanity is good. Vinsanity was a good one. Vinsanity was a
Insanity
good
was
one.
a good one.
But yeah, that's all.
You have
That's
anything else for Act One?
Act One. That's all I got for Act One.
All right. We can go into Act Two, The Legend of the Beast. The summer heat peaks as the boys play their hearts out, square off against a rival Little League team, and navigate pool days with Wendy Peppercorn. But the real trouble begins when Smalls borrows his stepfather's Babe Ruth signed ball and it flies straight over the fence into the domain of Hercules. I did love that because I wasn't expecting him to do this, but when he does the
Hmm.
scheme to sneak and kiss Wendy Peppercorn,
Yeah.
um, Small as a narrator says it was sneaky, rotten, and low. It was nice that they acknowledged that was pervy as hell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I didn't expect them to,
yeah.
but I appreciated that there was enough self-awareness in 1993 to be like, yo, that was wild out of pocket.
That was wild.
Um, Little boys can be a bit pervy, so I get it. I'm not trying to throw them in the
Yeah.
gulag, but at least can we acknowledge that it was sneaky, rotten,
Yeah,
and
that
low,
shit was
as I
nuts.
believe
That
is
shit was
what he said. So,
My favorite part is like he kissed a woman. He kissed her long and good.
so gross.
Uh,
Faking a
and
drowning.
even and like all your friends think you're fucking dying. You're like
Yeah.
traumatizing the shit out of your friends. And then the kid with the glasses, he's like, "Oh my God, he looks like a dead fish." And then he looks up and he's like,
I know. Did you know? Like something I noticed is like the modesty of the swimsuits.
"Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Granted, it was a community pool, but you know, um, swimsuits don't look like that no more.
No, they do not.
And I appreciate it, but I was just like, those look like gym. I've seen more risque outfits at the gym.
Facts,
Uh,
yeah. Um, agreed. Uh, let's see what else would I have. So one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when they celebrate. I can't remember what beating the snobby kids in baseball,
yeah,
and they all go to the carnival and they give each other they give them the dip, the
yeah.
big league chew. Um,
Have you ever had chewing tobacco?
no, I've never had it. I've never had it.
Then skip it.
I had friends who did it in high school.
It's so gross.
I
It's
don't know why we
literally.
thought that was cool.
I did it in high school too. It's just it's like chewing uh like the insides of a cigarette, but like the texture is snot. It's just awful. Like
Yeah,
it's just really
that's
bad.
gross.
Um,
Um,
I don't get it.
it's funny because I do smoke cigars and I've had cigar hang. Have you ever had a cigar hangover before?
No, I have not.
So I've only had it one time, and the difference between like a cigar hangover and like liquor hangover is when you're drinking, you feel fine during. It's the next day that sucks. It's sleeping that makes it worse. With cigar hangover, you feel that shit in real time. Like when you're drinking, you have that one drink, you're like, oh, if I stop now, I should
Yeah.
be good. Cigar hangover, you smoke it and you're like, oh no. And you just feel like you're gonna throw up for the rest of the night. Like I had it once my head was spinning. I like you just felt like if you moved, you would throw up. Like that shit is so uncomfortable.
Do you know what triggers it?
Um,
Is it just like a random
not
puff will send you spiraling? Not you, the royal,
pretty
everyone.
basically it's like everybody's tolerance is different, but it's
Yeah.
basically like it's like a magic number, I guess, of puffs, if you will. And like once your body hits that point, ejectocito, cuz like it's
Is it
over.
like
Like
booze
it's
though?
just
Like seasoned cigar people know when they're one puff away.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like you,
Because
you kind of get to that point and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to finish this.
yeah, I know exactly when. I the next shot is just too many, and it'll ruin
Right.
my the night. I'll be fine, but the next day will be shot. No pun intended. So I just be like, nah, I'm done with shots. No matter who orders them, run around, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
hit my this is still fun limit, and I would like to keep the night
Yes.
fun.
Right.
I did love how, through adult eyes, these are all minor problems. Now, baseball is a whole different thing, but like
That's yeah.
the way they kept the purity of it being through a 10 or 11-year-old's eyes, and like that 4th of July game may as well have been the World Series, but it was clearly like the fireworks and it was a
Right.
neighborhood game. And there's a mythology around the dog that like is peak
Hmm.
kid game of telephone where it's like he ate a child, and
Yeah.
the kids, the cops came and told him we're gonna lock him up
The dog is
forever.
50 years old
Yeah,
and
it's just forever, and it's just like that's just what little
forever.
kids do, and they just the imagination runs
Yeah.
wild, and there's the adults know it's full of shit, but they let kids have fun.
Yeah, I love that too. Because like even like watching the movie, it's like that fence in the movie is like 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
In real life, if through the like eyes of a child, it probably looked
yeah,
like that fence was probably 3 feet tall,
yeah.
or basically the size of a tennis net, and they just were like, "Oh fuck, we can't climb over there, like, because the big dog's gonna eat us," and you know what I mean?
And no one ever
Like,
thought to like knock on his door and be like, "Hey, we hit a baseball in your yard. Can we get it?"
right.
Most reasonable people will be like, "Yeah, sure, okay."
And they're like, "No, he's crazy. He'll eat you too." Like, no.
It's like, you need me to get my dog and keep him in the house while you do it. Like it's like we live in a
Yeah.
society. Sometimes you knock things in my yard. You can go get it. It's not you're
Right.
not breaking any
Yeah.
laws.
Like they did a great job of like showing like the innocence of kids while
Yeah,
also them being like stupid at the same time. Like even
it
when they're
was.
arguing with the kids who had the baseball team,
Yeah,
the insults were like it was shit that we said as kids, you know what I mean? You
it's
play
just
ball like a girl.
it's just so funny, man. Because it's like did any of them think, hey, let's just ask him if we can get our ball out of his
Just
yard?
ask like what? It's yeah, and it's funny because like in the 60s that was that whole era was like about, I mean, aside from obviously segregation and racism, was a white to white people. It was about civility and friendship and camaraderie and manners and all that. So it's like you could have just knocked on the door and been like, "Hey,
Um,
our ball went over your fence."
You know, it, they're kids though. So,
Right.
I have it here. You mentioned it earlier. Stepdad was weird, right? I wasn't
Yes,
tripping.
he
Like
was weird. He
he
was
was,
kind of an asshole. He was
kind
an
of,
asshole. He was an asshole.
he
What do you
warmed
mean
up
you
toward
gotta?
the end, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, why are you this standoffish with a 10-year-old, dude? Like,
Yeah,
don't you
like
feel
what
a
did he
little
do to you?
ridiculous? You know.
Right. The fact that his mom has to like chaperone him asking you to play catch with him. Like I don't understand.
Um, I'm glad they didn't go into that too much because I doubt we would have kept the good vibes of the movie because that guy was weird, man.
He was weird, and I wasn't sure if that was like what it would have been. I almost wonder maybe now looking as an adult, like if there was scandal around marrying a woman with a child from previous relationship, even though the father had died, like I wonder maybe if that's what it was.
Especially in these elite suburban spaces that and they're probably the
Yeah,
only blended family in the neighborhood.
right,
This wasn't, I mean, that today that's not even abnormal. But
right.
in 1962, a divorce at all, this obviously she's a widow, but
Hmm.
um these things were just exceedingly rare. And he probably
Correct.
heard the whispers or whatever. So
Hmm.
you got anything else for
Yeah,
Act
that's
Two?
true. What did I have for Act Two? I think that's all I got for Act Two. Yeah.
All right, we are flying through these. We got Act Three, The Great Retrieval. With time running out before his stepdad notices, the boys construct an intricate, ridiculous mechanical contraption to fish the ball out. When everything fails, Benny has a literal dream encounter with the babe himself, inspiring him to lace up his PF flyers and tackle the challenge head on. I must admit, I enjoyed um, Act Two more than Act Three because I found the summer hijinks more interesting than like them trying to
The
get the ball out of the
chasing.
yard.
Yeah.
The pool, the 4th of July, the tobacco, the carnival,
Yeah.
the coming of age story. I just find that more
Hmm.
compelling than them going. It just became like a sitcom where like let's try this episode, and it just I just
Right.
it kind of lost
I
me a little
feel
bit
you.
there. So quite the engineering
Um,
prowess though for children.
yeah, for sure. For 8 years old, 10 years old, whatever they, however old they are, to build that metal contraption and
Spoiler
the
alert, that's why most of
catapult and
them went
shit.
on to be very successful. They were smart
Right, yeah.
kids.
Yeah. One of my favorite of their retrieval tactics was where they had Yaya on the string, like the Mission Impossible scene. And it's like he had the ball, he got scared by the dog. It's like just throw the ball over. What do you had one job. You literally had one job and you couldn't do it.
They're kids, man. Like they just the luck that the guy was blind.
Yeah.
Like one afternoon drinking lemonade on his porch, he's like, "Why are these kids like flying in my backyard? What's going on?" But like it was nice to see kids without the helicopter parenting. So
hmm
much of playtime today is structured. It's either, if this were modern day, they would all be on like a baseball league team. And there's nothing
Right.
inherently
Or it'd
wrong
be a
with
play
that.
date or something like that.
But like there is something to kids navigating social dynamics without parents overseeing it. And
hmm
so it was good to like, watch the hierarchy develop and them come up with plans together and them figure it out. And like they took those lessons through, their whole lives. So I
Yeah.
thought that was cool to just watch, these kids are just roaming the neighborhood, playing in the sandlot. The parents had no idea where they
hmm
were, as long as you're home before the sun
Right.
went down. And
Right.
um, it just, I think if you don't want everything from 1962 for obvious reasons, but that's something that we could probably try to get back.
Yeah. I agree. It's funny because this movie reminded me a lot of my childhood. Like that was me and my friends in the neighborhood running all over the
Yeah.
place. Our school was across the street, so we would go over there and play football, like in the summer times and shit like that. Playing in the
Make it up
woods.
games. We played baseball with four people.
Yeah,
One in the outfield, one pitcher,
yeah,
one catcher calling balls and strikes, and everyone taking a turn swinging. And
yeah,
we didn't keep score. We were just out there swinging a bat.
yeah. Just
And
just yeah, playing street hockey with no skates
you know, hopefully the kid with the basketball hoop in his yard is home so we can
was
play
cool.
there.
Yeah, I
And
was a kid with the basketball with the basketball hoops. So we played in my house.
you know,
One of our friends had a trampoline in his backyard. We were at his crib all the time, and he had a swimming pool too. So like, house was like the money house, low key. You know,
we put a we put a my boy Kyle. He had a trampoline in his backyard, and we used to put the sprinkler underneath it, which is just surprised none of us broke our neck on that goddamn thing. But I
yeah,
mean, it was basically like a fucking water park. We put the sprinkler
yeah,
underneath the shampoo and we would just bounce and just, we were like little kids. There was a fucking tree. We would jump off the tree onto the trampoline with the water underneath it. It is a miracle none of us broke a bone out there. But
yeah, for real.
built character though. I definitely injured myself a few times, but and
Yeah,
that
for
damn
sure.
the metal around the trampoline would shock the shit out of you because you'd have the water
Hell
conducting
yes.
and you'd slide across it and but I
Yeah,
wouldn't trade it for I would trade it for a few things, but I wouldn't trade my childhood. I wouldn't trade a low tech childhood for a high tech childhood. Um,
yeah, me neither.
and so
Yeah, I mean, all the silly shit we did riding bikes. There was a big creek like in our neighborhood that our parents told us not to play in. Of course, we wouldn't play in it. We found like a tunnel. I think it might have been sewage. I'm not sure. Looking back on it,
probably was.
playing in the street with our school shoes on. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Yeah, man, those were the days, man. Um,
Yeah.
it's funny because like even like to the point of like how big things are to a child's mind. So my office now is around the corner from my old house when I was a kid. So I'll drive by there sometimes, just trip down memory lane literally, and like the fields we played in felt fucking huge, and it's like the size of a bedroom.
Yeah.
Like,
We used to play football in my yard because I thought we had the big yard and
yeah,
one tackle football with no pads, no helmets, just
yep,
smacking the cold Minnesota ground, which is just insane. But yeah, it just felt like the biggest yard in the world, and it was maybe 20 yards.
yeah,
So a whole football game on a 20-yard field. So
yep. All time QB.
I have it here. Adults should be able to pick one summer off every decade to just like have a summer vacation where they don't have to work. Like give me
Ooh,
one a
yeah,
decade. Obviously, you can't have them all the time because who's going to work? Who's going to when
Yeah.
you go to Chick-fil-A and it says we're closed for the summer, you're not going to like that. So
No,
someone has to
no.
do these things. And so like if we could just stagger it so that every adult gets one summer off a decade and we can make it work economically, I'm down with that. Because like a
I
summer
think the world would be a
vacation,
better place.
I
Yeah.
just the whole thing just made me, long for just the waking up and just going and not having
Hmm.
the lack of constraints, the lack of
Yeah.
responsibilities. It was a
Yeah,
good
man.
it's good walk down memory line.
Yeah, that's one thing they don't tell you about growing up is like you didn't real like you didn't even think about it when you were a kid, but when you grow up, you're like, oh shit, no more summer breaks.
No,
Like,
no, you gotta work through it. When your
like
parents
that
got
first
up in
summer
the
after,
morning, they went places.
yeah, like that first summer at break after college graduation, you're like, oh fuck, this is it.
Yeah,
Like it's over.
yeah. No, there's no um and the thing is it's not just that you get the summer break. It's not just being off of work because most jobs come with some sort of
Hmm.
PTO. It's everybody being off at the same time. And you can
Yes.
just call up your friends because you were all either in school or
Hmm.
whatever, college school, whatever, and just like everyone's off this week because it's this break, or
Yeah.
everyone's off this summer because it's this. And it's just now it's like, y'all want to go to Vegas for the weekend? Oh, let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can do that. We gotta get a babysitter here. Let me talk to my wife.
Yep.
So much more has to go into it logistically.
So much more planning.
When you were, in when you're a kid or in your early 20s, it's July. No one's working.
Right. Who's fucking what? You got a
What
summer
we
job. Okay, when do you get off?
Right, like what
Uh
we own, nothing else is going on. So
yeah, like I remember even in college when we had our summer jobs, like if like we get off work or whatever and then we shower and change, we'd we'd go grab a couple of 40s from the grocery store, drink those, Uber to our other friend's house. We'd pregame there with liquor, and then we'd go downtown and, fuck the city up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
just being
Nowadays you
able
gotta fucking
to,
coordinate with everybody to spend a weekend together and shit.
or just like there being no collateral damage. Like, man, we used to drink
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 shots of Crown to pregame and beer all night, and
Hmm.
it wouldn't wear on your stomach. Like you were fine.
No.
Man, like try going on a 2 week without and just drinking beer and shit, man. You're not gonna feel great. And
No, no, no,
so
no,
it's
not at
just.
all. It's gonna be 4 days before you feel fully normal.
Yeah, the bloat, the gut rot, the lack of consequences for poor diet is just something that when you're in your early 20s you don't realize is
Yeah, that's
truly
the hardest part.
valuable. What else you got for Act Three, man?
Um, yeah, this is one of those movies, man. It's almost like a soul food or like a chicken soup movie where like it just makes you feel good every time you watch it. It works every time. It never goes stale. You know what I mean? Like I still laugh every time at the same lines, at new lines. There's never a memory that doesn't trigger from childhood. It's just like the writers and whoever and the makers of this movie, they did an excellent job of just like creating a love letter to childhood,
Yeah,
period. And the fact that
I
it
like that.
transcends decades. You know what I mean? Like it's a 90s movie set in the 60s. We're in 2020s. We grew up in the 90s and 2000s, and it hits the exact same way as it probably hit everybody who were adults when the movie came out. It's incredible.
It just I like that. Okay, let me ask you this. So now, I mean, that's a childhood we could all relate to. We just told stories about it. But are we
Right.
the last generation who can relate to that kind of childhood of just like low tech, leave the house,
Uh,
gallop, just wander the neighborhood? No one's
I
calling the
mean,
police because a band of teenagers are just walking around.
right.
No one's
Um,
you could pop into your
yeah,
friends. You knock on your friend's mom's door, and even if they're not home, they offer you something to drink because you're a sweaty, tired child.
child.
Like, you probably smelled terrible because you've been in the sun for three
Oh, for
hours.
sure.
And like
Yeah,
it's just
man.
what do kids
Yeah, dude.
even
I
can
think
they even
so.
relate to that anymore? Are we the last generation who can relate to that?
I feel like we are because like I think back on it now, like so many of my friends' moms like stitch me up after like falling off my bike or like I have really bad allergies and like carried especially in the 90s had like or in 2000s had like a lot of just like flush and not wildlife grass and shrubbery everywhere, so I would like be breaking out like in hives from the pollen and shit. And like my friend's mom just like wiped me down like the calamine lotion, like because I was like breaking out everywhere. I think so because like my neighborhood now, they're kids playing and shit, but they're like on electric scooters and
Yeah.
they all have phones. They're still outside, but it's just different.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just I live in a community and like I see the kids outside and they I don't know, maybe they can. Maybe they can because they seem to be
Hmm.
obviously I'm sure they have phones, but they be outside all day, especially during the summer. All the kids seem to be friends in the neighborhood. I'm sure I mean, they
Yeah,
don't talk to me. I'm fucking almost 40 years old, but
I
they
hope
seem to
not.
get along, all the neighborhood kids and
Yeah,
all, and they seem to have their interpersonal dynamics that, I
yeah,
can notice just like, walking, throw the garbage away or going for a jog or whatever. So
yeah.
maybe, maybe not.
And
Who knows?
you make a great point about like helicopter adults and even just like helicopter, I'd say institutions. Like, did you see that? There's a clip that went viral on TikTok. There was a couple of kids who got like reprimanded by police and security guards in North Hills. They just were like eating ice cream, and they were like, "Yeah, there was a fight earlier. You guys were in it. You're banned for life from like North Hills and shit." They were like, "We weren't even involved. We just got here 10 minutes ago. We're just in the movie theaters. Like, we weren't even involved." The cops were just like overly aggressive with them and shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I remember something like that happened to me when I was around the same age in North Hills, and we went to the movies, and me and my siblings were outside waiting for our parents to pick us up, and they were like, do y'all have IDs? And they were like, my siblings, they were like, no, we're minors. Like, and they were like, well, you can't be outside as minors. We're going to detain you. We have a center over here where you guys can go. And I was like, well, I'm an adult. Like, they're with me. So, and they were like, well, they can't stay with you because you're under 21, but you can go sit with them while they're in the detention center and shit. Like it. So I do think we are the last era of like
Yeah.
kids who are just able to be outside unsupervised, within reason,
When I
these
go to
days.
Crabtree Mall, there's definitely a sign saying after a certain time, teenagers need a company. And like,
Hmm.
I'm not wholly opposed to it because you see the videos of these like teenage takeovers where they're just not here, but like in DC and different
Hmm.
places. And they're just, it's a delicate balance, but
Yeah.
you definitely, this is their world too. They get to exist in it, like the public
Right.
space has to, like, if you want to live in a society, societies include children. And no, they're not going to like sometimes they're going to be annoying. Teenagers can be irritating. They can
They're
be
supposed to
loud, they
be.
can be
Yeah.
boisterous, but like you have to as an adult understand that you're sharing a world with them too. Um and so you got anything else for Act 3?
Um, yeah, there's this movie reminds me a lot of one of my favorite quotes by Stephen King.
Yeah.
It's in from that movie and book Stand By Me. He says, "I never had any friends later on like the ones I had when I was 12."
Yeah.
Jesus, does anyone? And I mean, I've obviously I have great friends, but there's something about the purity of like not having each other's phone numbers, just knowing where each other lives, going to their house, saying, "Hey, can such just come out to play?" And y'all not seeing your parents till like sunset.
Yeah, that's actually part of my end question here. It's not really an end question, just my only question. It was like I love that there's no and we all stay best friends ending because that's not real life,
Because
And
it's not.
so
It's not.
but it was like, are you in contact or still friends with anyone from your childhood neighborhood?
Um, yeah, yeah. I'm follow some of them on social media. Last summer was it last summer?
Okay,
I think
following on
so.
social media doesn't count. Like, are you like in
Well,
regular communication with like I follow people on social media that I
well,
don't
okay,
actually talk to.
okay, fair, fair, fair. Regular communication, I would say no. Like, I've ran into them out, and we have each other's numbers. And some of them still hang out because I moved away. But I'd say in general, no. But I mean, the option is there. It's just more so like, what am I gonna say? Like, hey, let's hang out like when we were 12. Like, you know what I mean?
Life be life, man. My earliest friend that I'm in like regular contact with that I talk to every day is Jeremy, and I've known him since middle school. But
Mhm.
like childhood, neighborhood, there's Kyle and Corbin, and we have each other on social media. Like I occasionally talk to
Mhm.
Kyle and Corbin. We like interact with each other's posts, but like I wouldn't count that as like in regular contact. But
Right.
we are still cool, and we still like,
Yeah.
send me pictures of the kids and what are you up to, and like we were talking about what video games we play. Like he's on Steam and different things like that.
Hmm.
But so I would say sort of. Um,
Got you. Yeah.
like my earliest childhood friend that I'm like still friends with would be Jeremy, and that would go back to middle school. So
Mm, okay.
so I kind of sort of but I think I've done a
Yeah.
good job of it's hard because like you
It
don't
really
like
is.
I you just that was 30 years ago. It's like,
Yeah,
and then
like it's
people go
just
on and they
yeah,
do different
man.
things, and you have different interests and you go
Um,
different paths, but like you do your best to
right.
keep, this year was supposed to be our 20-year reunion, but
Mhm.
I don't think it's gonna happen. So I think the planning got kind of botched, but I would have went to it. I
Yeah.
would have actually enjoyed it if it happened. But
Yeah, it's hard because like I know for me, like we moved to Raleigh the summer before eighth grade, but the middle school I went to was across town because of busing. They split the neighborhood up in half. So pretty much the earliest back I would be able to go with people would be from high school. So I mean I'm still in contact with a lot of them and see them around and friends with and so on and so forth. But um that's about as far back as I go in terms of like actual like friendships.
dude, I ain't friends with nobody from high school, I don't think. Because Jeremy counts as middle school, and so
Hmm.
no, then the friendships pick up in my early 20s. So I don't know. But high
Yeah,
school is
Sam,
a
I
bit of
feel
a
like
black box. So
I feel like for me that was more college just because like everybody moved away in different states and cities and shit, so it's just hard to keep tabs on everybody.
I agree. Anything else for Act 3?
Uh, nope, that's all I got.
All right, man. What do you rate
5 stars. One of my favorite movies.
it?
One of the greatest movies of all time. I will fight people about this movie. I will watch this movie whenever I see it on TV, no matter how much time is left on the clock. Um, because heroes get remembered and legends never die.
5 stars for me. I love how they stuck the landing. Telling everybody's like what happened to them, and they weren't all happy endings. Like one kid was obviously became a junkie, and
Right.
he got lost in the 60s culture. Like we don't know what that means.
Yeah, we know what that is.
And so yeah, it was just, and a dude got with Wendy Peppercorn and just lived a normal life. And
Yeah,
um yeah, I wouldn't change a thing about it. I mean,
me
they're
neither.
5 stars. I mean, yeah, so I agree.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
All right. Thanks for listening. My name is Darius. That's D's I Love the Area on all socials.
And I'm Jordan. That's Jordan B. Writing on all socials.
Please rate, like, subscribe. We're at Out the Trunk Pod on all socials. That is Out the Trunk Pod on all socials.
And for any ongoing movie recommendations, reach out to us via email at outthetrunkpod@gmail.com. That's outthetrunkpod@gmail.com. That's a wrap. We're going to be taking a couple weeks off, or a week off rather, for 4th of July. And then we're going to pick back up again towards the middle of the month. We're going to start having some guests, some collabs on. So we're looking forward to spicing it up for you guys for the second half of the year. We're just re-energizing so we can finish strong and give y'all the content you deserve.
Summertime, man. People outside. People don't, people want to be social, and so we're gonna
Yes, that too.
lighten up the recording schedule, because we know y'all ain't listening to podcasts during the summer, and we want to be
Yes.
outside too. So everybody wins. So
And we support y'all in wearing less and going out more because we will also be wearing less and going out more.
correct. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good day.
Y'all take it easy.